Sharp is in the building, and I'm here back with another topic that I want to talk about with you guys. And I do want to put a disclaimer on it a little bit. I have not seen Saturday night's main event yet, but I do know the results of the pay-per-view, and that is what I want to talk about because I do have some opinions on how the pay-per-view turned out, and I do feel that they're whether I've watched it or not. So I want to make sure that I get what I have to say out there, and then once I watch the show, we'll probably come on here with another video. I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but I know that I do want to come out with another one when I actually fully watch it instead of, just know the results, see a few spots, and form some opinions from there when I'm actually fully informed. So with that being said, I do let everybody know to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer to 21,000 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 25,000 by the end of the year. Let's see how close we can get to that goal, and if we could even surpass that goal, because I think we can. Now, that being said, again, I want to make sure we talk about Saturday night's main event. So there were 4 matches on the card, which I think people can have opinions on how many matches should be on the card. I think anywhere from 5 to 8 is really a good number. And I mean, there's, positives and negatives to both less matches and more matches. More matches, you get to spotlight more people. More people have a chance to shine in WWE spotlight, whereas less matches, you kind of have a chance to let all the different angles that you're showing on the show breathe. Everything has a chance to be fleshed out properly, and it really does help fans to enjoy the show sometimes. So I think sometimes less matches is better, and I think sometimes people a chance to get on the card can also be better. So let me know your thoughts on whether we should have more than 4 matches or not. What do you guys think the sweet spot is for some of WWE's shows? Because I can understand people wanting more than 4 matches. With that being said, shout out to Catholic Owned Lyricist. Shout out to Asok, who have put some of the first comments out on the show. Which country? This is from the US of A. 16 matches. Yeah, I don't think I want 16 matches. I appreciate that there are 16 people in here, but I damn sure don't want 16 matches. Shout out to Pranav. Shout out to India. He just said he's from there. Roger, that's saying, what the fuck is this? Well, you decided to come on here. So if you don't like it, you can absolutely leave. But we're here talking about Saturday night's main event. Oh, yes, it's YouTube. Shout out to Nicola. Hope everything's going good with. Hope your day is going swell. What sport are we talking? We're talking about wrestling right now. Pro wrestling. Saturday night's main event. I really hope they can get back to the golden 90s matches where it was definitely a show to watch. Honestly, some of the in-ring matches weren't as good back in the day. Now, mid-90s, pretty awesome. But, I think let everyone know if you're talking about like the mid-90s where it was Shawn Michaels and it was Bret Hart and it was a lot of those guys, because I think we got really good match quality back then. And I agree with you if that's the case. Brock will attack CM Punk for sure. I'm honestly up for that, but how would they make that work? How would they be able to make that make sense? I just don't understand how that would happen yet. And it's not that I'm not even down for it. I'm definitely down. The Dudley era. So the Attitude Era. That's what I'm assuming. What's your favorite WCW wrestler? I think the one that I know the best is Sting, because he's still wrestling to this day. I remember him from NA. I remember Sting from AEW, and he was even in WWE for a little bit. So I would have to say Sting on that. So, Brittany Washingbeard. I have absolutely no idea. What's up from New Zealand? I think Macho Man is the GOAT. Shout out to New Zealand. Shout out to you guys down there. Hope everything's good. My personally The Undertaker, but Macho Man is absolutely a legend, and you got to put some respect on the Macho Man's name. Shout out to GAF Wrestling. Shout out to Sarba. Shout out to Anthony Wilson. Stone Cold is the GOAT. Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler of all time, but I just said who my GOAT was. But he is absolutely my favorite. And I think he's obviously a much more relatable wrestler than The Undertaker. I don't think I need to get into why. Braun Breaker is the real deal. I agree 100%. They should have done something with him on Saturday night's main event. So, anyways, I have some opinions about the card even before I have seen the pay-per-view as a whole. I've seen a few spots, and I do want to kind of share some opinions that I do have. Stone is on my Mount Rushmore. I'm not mad at that. Braun Breaker era starts from how he will beat CM Punk and become champion. I'm also down for that. So with that said, let's go into, I already said Phenom's the GOAT. Let's go into CM Punk versus Jey Uso first. And the reason why I want to have a conversation about this match is because I had some ideas that I told you guys about. I thought Jimmy Uso was going to get involved and cost Jey Uso the match. We didn't see that. We didn't see Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman get involved, and CM Punk was just in a feud with, and now that seems to be completely done away with because Seth Rollins is gone, which that I absolutely do not like. Jey Uso heel turn starts now. I hope it does. I think it would continue to make him feel fresh. I'd be absolutely down for that. But no, CM Punk just won. And it makes me wonder where Jey Uso goes from here. And I think where he goes is you have to turn him heel. I think you could have done a lot more with Jey Uso, provided some things happen in this match, provided the people I just mentioned get involved in the match. But we didn't see any of that. CM Punk just won clean. And it's easy to kind of find where CM Punk is going to go next. You could still have him feud with Braun Breaker. You could still have him feud with Bronson Reed. And someone else mentioned Brock Lesnar. You could have Brock Lesnar return. That is a possibility, and you could start that feud up. I would rather see him feud with one of the Brons personally, but with that being said, I don't think this is how that should have gone. Shout out to Tommy. Tommy, I love your channel. Can I subscribe to your channel? You can absolutely subscribe to my channel. Every subscription helps. Why do you think I'm on here right now, man? So identify both as a human and a cat. That you do you, bro. I don't care what you decide to do with your life. If you're happy, I couldn't give a shit. Triple H era is boring. Cody isn't a potential WWE face. Roman was good. I do want to share more opinions that I thought of at Saturday night's main event at the end, so I will get back to that comment. The next match that I want to talk about, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. So Jade Cargill ended up winning the women's championship. She took advantage of the ankle early in this match, was able to hit Jaded and pick up the win. And I have to see this match personally to find out more opinions on it. But I was short. I heard it was rushed, which I don't think is a good thing. I think you should have milked the injury. I think you should have, had this at a little bit of a slower pace. So that way you could have Tiffany Stratton try to fight back despite her bum ankle and get some offense in and really make it look like she's going to pull it out before Jade Cargill finally takes that from her. And I do think this was the right result. I do think provided that when I go back and watch it, I think we could have gotten there a little bit differently. Shout out to Tyrese. Shout out to Banu. Shout out to Durav. If I haven't shouted you guys out already, appreciate you guys tuning in. So I'm going to go back and definitely watch that. But that's my opinion on the result, and what I'm reading is true. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the IC Championship match. And I've mentioned that I love how they're having Dominic lie, cheat, and steal to get some of his wins right now. And I've been enjoying everything with him with Rusev, Penta, and I do feel like we kind of just glued both of those feuds together to make this happen. And I feel like we could have had a little bit more creativity in how we got to an IC title match this past Saturday. But with that being said, I saw the match. I enjoyed some of the spots. I really did enjoy Dominic Mysterio trying to get Rusev disqualified, forgetting there was no rules in a triple threat match. I enjoyed the finish. I enjoyed Dominic finding a way to score his way out with a once again. What's the current? A little bit more specific. I just want to make sure I'm answering your question right so that I can answer it properly and actually think about it. Because if it's tag teams, I probably will need